do you have a resource or one or two resources that you would recommend for people to, just help them grow their business or grow personally? It could be a book or any other kind of resource that you might have.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I have one quote that I have on my office behind me typically, and it's my favorite quote. And it says, the biggest gap in the world is between knowing and doing. So a lot of people on this podcast, we've given you a lot of information, but the biggest gap in the world is between knowing and doing. A lot of times we look to our phones for more information, or to a podcast for more information, but really it's just that gap. So try to squeeze that gap between knowing and doing, whether you're a first-time owner or somebody who's got a couple stores. If you've got a problem you need to address, go ahead and address it. That's another thing is don't let things linger. Don't let problems linger. Don't let cancers, staff who are taking your company in the wrong direction. Don't let that linger. It stinks, but don't let that linger. You've got to go to take care of it quickly. But yeah, that's my favorite quote. The biggest gap in the world is between knowing and doing. I don't read enough, just because I don't know if I don't have time, but I love the book Think and Grow Rich. That's one of my favorites. And there's so many people I follow through social media who are very motivational. So yeah, I would say Think and Grow Rich. And if you're looking into it, join the Coin Laundry Association. Download the Laundromat Resource podcast. Get involved. Get American Coin Op magazine. See Planet Laundry. All those good resources. They're all great. And the more information you can get, it's great. But at the end of the day, squeeze that gap between knowing and doing, and just get out there. Especially if you're a new owner.
Yep.
If you're a new owner, sorry, my phone was dying a little bit. It's got 10% left. But if you're a new owner, I lost my train of thought there, but
you're just talking about squeezing that gap between knowing and doing. I love that. I think that gap is huge. And I, by nature, I am a learner, an absorber, a researcher. I could do that all day long. And I have come to realize that, man, knowledge is not power. I was lied to. Knowledge is not power. It's putting knowledge into action. That's really the power. And, so now I try to encourage people, hey, I'd encourage you to just do before you feel like you know enough to do, even like get the base amount of knowledge that you need, and then kind of surround yourself with people who already know, and Absolutely. Then get doing.
Yeah. It was just a few months ago when you messaged me through Instagram saying you were thinking about starting this podcast. And I think you being here today, you did it,
Yeah.
and now people are listening. It's not been perfect for you. And it's not, I'm sure, but I think just start. Quick story. My dad, first business I had was a car wash, and I told him I was going to start detailing. It was just self-service. And 2 months after telling him that, I saw him. I said, Dad, I think I'm going to start detailing. I'm going to hire some guys to detail on the weekend. He said, son, my goodness, start. And that's what I did. I started, and I think, hats off to you for starting this podcast. The initial steps are the biggest, and yeah, hats off to you for doing that. So it's been fun to watch, and you hopping in as a resource just for the whole industry. I can just see your humility, your skills. You're good at what you do. You're using your gifts, and I commend you for that. And I'm thankful for you having me on today.
Oh, I appreciate that, and I really appreciate you coming on. First of all, you make me look good because, having you on, people are going to be like, that guy knows that guy. And I'm like, yeah, I know him. But man, I really appreciate you coming on. I could talk to you all day long, and literally you were just nonstop throwing out wisdom and value and gold, for everybody. And I really I appreciate that because, I think that if I had someone like you when I got into the industry, I had a rough start getting into the industry. I bought real bad. I was, lied to getting into the industry by the broker that sold me the laundromat, and it was rough. For a good year and a half, I lost a lot of money, and it was rough. And being able to hear from someone like you, someone who's kind of run the gauntlet and is out the other side, and is way beyond where I could have even imagined ever getting. And just hearing you say these very simple but profound things would have probably changed the trajectory of my ownership early on in those early years. So I really appreciate you coming on